Hey guys, welcome to another Anon Gremlin re-review. This is a re-review of the ultra rare Ushior within Mass Effect Andromeda Multiplayer. You may remember the first time I reviewed it, I absolutely hated it, I absolutely went in on it, just because it seemed like a gun that hadn't been tested. It was extremely weak, and it literally had one bullet in its clip. The Ushior has received a substantial increase as of patch 1.06. Its damage has increased from 463 at rank 1 to 775. That is a huge substantial increase. Very nice to see that BioWare have literally buffed this gun by nearly double. And then along with that, as you heard, I mentioned it only had one bullet in its clip. It now has 2 bullets in its clip, so that is going to see us have a massive improvement overall as well, because now we can get more shots off without having to reload, obviously. It's also had an increase in total ammo from 18 at rank 1 to 20, so that's only 2 more ammo, but that's nice to see. It's also had its weight reduced by 5. It was 25, it is now 20. On screen currently you are seeing how it performed before on silver, and it was a terrible gun. It was probably my most heated review just because I was absolutely annoyed at how this gun got through testing. And this was done on silver. It was an awful gun on silver. Most of the review will be done on gold, but the clip I am showing you now is the gun being played on silver. I loaded into a game with a rank 1 character just to make it show that it was only the gun that was doing anything, it wasn't anything else contributing to its damage. And as you can see, the Ushior absolutely wrecks now, especially in silver. It's not necessarily the case in gold, it's still not a perfect gun in gold, but if you were to take this gun into silver, you can see that it does a substantial amount of damage, especially if you're getting critical hits off. You still find the problem that if you end up missing a shot, although it's got 2 bullets in its magazine now, you do find that you do leave yourself a bit vulnerable. It's very easy to miss a shot if you're using a pistol, because you are often quite up close and personal with enemies. You do want to get the shot off quickly to try and kill that enemy from stop them from killing you, etc. Like kill or be killed, etc. Stuff like that. So you do find that if you waste bullets, it is not a very effective gun. But as you can see on silver, it does a hell of a lot more damage than it did before. Maybe rewind to that clip again or rewatch my review of it before patch 1.06 and just see how much better it is now compared to its predecessor. It is really effective. I think they've upped the range as well, because there's no way I was able to get shots off from this far before. I had a problem with its range in the previous review that I mentioned, and now that range seems to have been improved. As you can see, I'm missing a few shots here and it does leave you a bit vulnerable, so just don't be stupid like me and maybe line up your shots a lot better. But it does wreck on silver. Now we're moving on to gold, and on gold I'm 50-50 on it. I wouldn't say it's the best ultra rare. It's viable now with all the changes we've seen within multiplayer, such as powers being more powerful, etc., making you a more powerful character overall. Of course, the gun being more damaging has its effects, but I didn't find it to be extremely powerful considering it is a high damage, low clip size weapon. You'd expect each bullet to do a huge amount of damage to enemies if you were effective, but as you can see, critical hits don't do amazing. On brute enemies you can get 2 critical hits off with it and you still won't have diminished all of that enemy's health. That would obviously improve if you were to modify it, and that is something I'd recommend to make it more accessible in gold, make it more effective. But it was an okay gun. It's definitely an improvement from before. One thing that I did find, although its max ammo has been increased by 2, I would like to see it increase further. Now that it's got a magazine size of 2, you do find that you are shooting those bullets extremely quickly. You can reload the gun 10 times before you run out of bullets, and for me that wasn't enough. I wasn't going to ammo chests enough to be able to warrant it. I do believe that they should upgrade its ammo. I'd like to see it do a little bit more damage, but I'm not complaining. It has had a massive overhaul compared to what we were used to with it. It was probably the laughing stock of the game. Some guy told me, "Oh, Anon, this gun is cancer." I was like, well, cancer kills quicker than this gun, no offense to anybody, but that's what it was like before. Now it is a viable weapon to use. I'd highly recommend trying it out. Basically, I wouldn't say it's going to be the best ultra rare. I've seen stuff like the Hurricanes have had upgrades, but the Ushior has seen an improvement. One thing I should also mention is its reload time is a little bit annoying now. I know it would have been more annoying before when you have 1 bullet in the chamber, but it does feel like you have to reload for a long time. It leaves you a little bit too susceptible to damage, but again, I'm not really complaining. That is a downside we're going to have with a high damaging weapon. Its accuracy is fine. I would like to see more accuracy on it, but I think the accuracy problem is me alone. If you're on PC, I think you have a major advantage compared to us console folk, just because of all of the analog stick issues we face, etc. But this gun, try it out, that's what I'm going to say. You may not like it compared to other guns, but it has seen an improvement. No way is it the awful gun we saw before, it's very average. Gold is a lot easier now, that's something I'm also going to say. So do try out any new guns that you got, any guns that weren't working for you before, try them out in gold, because I found gold to be a lot more easier now. The game feels a lot more polished as of patch 1.06, which is really nice to see. As you can see, the wave and time has been changed, they've changed the font on that. It just feels like a lot more polished game, and it's very fun to play it now with all of the overhauls we have seen. So to summarise, the Ushior, it's had a massive, nearly double increase in damage, and you do feel it. It is now semi-gold viable. I wouldn't say it's the most effective gun to use on gold, but it's definitely something you should try out and put on the right character, and if you've got good aim, you could be an absolute monster with this, especially if you up its damage with a modification. I would like to see it get an increase in its max ammo, but if you have a lot of ammo packs like I have, or you're very effective and efficient at going to ammo boxes as you weave your way around the map, you should be fine. And that's it. It's had an increase in range as well, but I'm rambling there. Let's like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you want to see me review next. Any re-reviews I'll be happy to do. If you want me to look at combo damage now, the new Turian character, etc., I can do that if I unlock him, of course. So there we go, have a nice day, peace out.